Cool. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Victoria, and I'm the Better Business Partnership Program Manager for Willoughby Council. And we have been through the period of COVID-19, starting to highlight and profile and chat to a couple of our businesses that we work with in the Willoughby, North Sydney and Ku-ring-gai area, to see how they're going through this crazy time, and also to see how they might have adapted and any tips they have for any businesses like yourselves or us through this time. So Better Business Partnership, for any of you that are not sure or haven't heard about us before, we're a joint initiative between Ku-ring-gai, North Sydney and Willoughby councils, and we work with businesses within our local areas to improve their sustainability. So we cover areas like energy, water, waste, sustainable purchasing, community, transport, staff, and all of the areas that we as businesses can improve our sustainability practices, and as a result often reduce costs and improve brand perception and improve customer loyalty. So we work with hundreds of businesses across the area, and we are chatting to Sonia Wray today from Sterling Results, and we're going to be speaking to her. Sonia has been a member with the Better Business Partnership since the beginning of 2020. So I would like to introduce Sonia. Where are you hiding, Sonia?
Hello Victoria, lovely to be here today, and thanks for having me live in my little studio here in Willoughby.
Hi, thanks for being our second Facebook Live. So we knew when we did this that you were going to be top of the list to speak to. We love what you're doing. And yeah, tell us a little bit about what you do, what Sterling Results is and how you started.
Yeah, hi, thanks Victoria. Sterling Results Fitness Club, based here in Willoughby. We focus on those who are or who want to be fit, fabulous and over 50. So we have clients who are in their 40s because one day they're going to be over 50, and we have clients who are in their 80s who've experienced everything and are still fit and fabulous. So it's a small boutique gym here. We before COVID we did personal training, small group fitness classes, and some that were designed specifically for those over 65, and of course I run hikes on the weekend. So we do hiking, fitness, personal training, all under the umbrella of Sterling Results Fitness Club. Amazing. And 5 years ago I established the business. So I came out of actually a corporate world and looked for that new change, as we all do I think when we're in our 50s, and decided that because I like climbing high altitude mountains, I think if I got fit and helped other people do that, that would be a fabulous thing. And so the invention of Sterling Results Fitness came around, and 5 years later we are very successful. And I do thank the Willoughby community, because nearly 90% of my gym clients come from Willoughby. So it's a great community here. But now we're virtual, everybody's coming, so it's even better.
It's amazing. It's completely expanded. So we can see that you're actually in your gym now. Do you want to explain a little bit about where you are and how it works? You know.
Yes. Yeah, thanks. Look, I currently run my gym actually in my garage, and it's been a fascinating experience, Victoria, because before COVID, these walls were brown. Well, actually, they were grey with a brown cover. And because we went to video, I then did a massive paint job one weekend. So now they're white and pink, and it looks really fantastic. It's really popped, and it's really good. Before COVID, I was about to expand to 120 square metre property up here in Willoughby. But hey, thank the gods I didn't sign that lease, and then COVID came. But it meant that I had to adapt very quickly, because when you're on the screen, the most important thing is that your audience has a really good experience. And so there's been serious adaptations happen here in the gym, that now of course it's just me and my gym, and generally I have anywhere between 6 and 16 people on the screen attending a class at any time. That is seriously different to face-to-face. When we're face-to-face, our maximum class sizes were 8. But what can happen on the screen is I can actually go around that screen and check what's happening. Plus, the way I've designed the program is everyone's doing exactly the same thing. So the way our classes run, everyone is doing a squat or a lunge or a plank, and so I can easily see their technique. And technique's paramount to the way I run my business.
Yeah, amazing. So there's some real benefits I can hear you saying in terms of what's happened and you being able to adapt to that and your almost approach to that. So, and I remember I came out to do your Better Business online assessment, and it was at this time that you were just talking about going, pressing pause on that lease because you could see what was happening, about to come to fruition. So yeah, future thinking.
I think one of the things that businesses, small businesses, have to do very importantly is adapt quickly. And because we are small, we can. But it's also thinking ahead. It's also thinking what is about to happen. And I was very fortunate because I was listening to the Prime Minister every day and I could hear him have a conversation. I was watching the statistics on COVID and I knew that this was going to be big.
Yeah.
So we actually started adapting our virtual classes while I had classes running here. So when we got to the 4 square meter rule, I would only have 4 people in here, but I'd have 4 people on the screen. So even before the shutdown of March 23rd, we had started trialing virtual classes. Because I wanted to make sure that come March 23rd or come the day they were going to decide that we couldn't move forward, we were ready to go. And that has been certainly beneficial. And the other thing that I think is really important for businesses is to constantly think about your customer. So as I said, I've changed the painting. You know, I painted this one weekend. I've invested in a mic so that you can hear me clearer. I've invested in a mixer so my music can go through the computer system. I've invested in a brand new computer system so that the bandwidth is strong, and I've invested in NBN. So even though you know, COVID's affected all of us seriously. The first month I lost 60% of my business. I still went, my end customer is important. And so I did a lot of actually investment to give the customer a better experience.
Yeah, that's amazing. Definitely amazing example of how you've adapted. And you said that you lost 60% of your business in that first month. Have you been able to retain and maybe expand customer base based on the way that you've pivoted? Now?
Yeah, we're going this adaptation. So the hiking business can't go ahead because the hiking business is small groups, you know, maximum of 10 outside. So that doesn't happen at the moment. So all of my hikes have stopped. I mean, I'm taking clients out on one-on-one personal training type of hikes, but no formal hikes. So that's a lot of clients I don't see anymore. There are a lot of clients who I went to a club like the Warringah Golf Club or the Balgowlah Golf Club or the Chatswood Golf Club, and I ran fit at any age classes where there would be 10 to 12 people in that classes. The clubs have shut down. The average age of those ladies was about 72. They're not quite comfortable with the technology. However, the Chatswood girls, and again, this is great about Willoughby, the Chatswood golf girls have absolutely embraced it. So where I was getting about 8 to 10 to 12 people come to a face-to-face class once a week, they've actually spread the word, and more of them are now coming 3 times a week. So those ladies are now exercising 3 times a week with me. So that's been a great adaptation for them. They've got a healthier situation, and also they've spread the word and more people have come to the gym. People who've trusted me, who've perhaps were my hikers, have said, well, Sonia, I'm not doing anything now, so I'm going to come to your gym via virtual classes. So some of my hikers that aren't hiking are now exercising with me. I've had people that trust me, have my relationship with me, and they've said, I'm in Canberra, I want to do your fitness class. I'm in Adelaide, I want to do your fitness class. I'm in Nowra, I want to do your fitness class. I'm in Barowra. We even had on our first session someone from Madrid who wanted to do my fitness classes, just that the timing didn't quite work out. So yeah, I have actually still lost a lot, but I've gained a lot. And the other thing we've done is I now have other trainers working for me. So I've got yoga teachers and Pilates teachers. We used to have 1 yoga class a week. In the gym. I now offer 5 yoga or Pilates classes a week. 2 trainers, they're running 5 classes. So together, we've got 22 classes, virtual classes running every week.
Amazing, amazing. And so when you created the virtual option, like how difficult was that, and what was the process of bringing it online? Like I know some businesses they know, okay, I've got to bring my services online, but how do they do that? Any tips for how they can bring their services on virtually?
Yeah, look, it's a learning process, and if you're passionate about your business, you certainly need to do the learning, right? And then the experimenting. So we all went, okay, let's test Zoom, let's test Cisco, let's test Skype, let's test, the different technologies. Once again, constantly testing with your audience, constantly getting feedback, phoning them up. How was today's session? Was it okay? Also, listening to the feedback. I think the first fitness class I did, we were up and down off the ground like a yo-yo, right? And I said, no, maybe the first week we just need to be up or down. You know what I mean? So try and adapt my classes accordingly. Yeah. The other thing too is, as people get familiar with the technology, you can then improve the things you do. So our fitness classes now have got a little bit more I'm introducing new exercises because we understand the technology now. We've worked out where our camera needs to go in the home. We've tested everything really well. So instead of just doing a boring squat, we can now do some fun things. So what is a recommendation? You've just got to test, try, and listen to your audience to gauge feedback so you can continuously improve. Yeah. You would do that if you were running a face-to-face business. So you need to do that running a virtual business.
Yeah, amazing. It's that kind of crawl, walk, run approach, I guess, as well. So that's amazing. And so, Sonia, I'm really interested to know, when COVID we start to recover. I've seen lots of reports about, remote working has been accelerated 5 to 10 years because of this. Will you keep some of these virtual elements, or what will you keep going forward?
It's been fantastic because the audience has said to me, Sonia, we love virtual. In fact, it's so good, I just roll out of bed and do an exercise class, So, also, one of the things we're doing, and this is what's making it a lot of fun, I'll use my Chatswood ladies again. We have something like 12 people on the screen. I leave the meeting and I assign one of them a host. And then they have a coffee chat, just like they used to do at the Chatswood Golf Club. So when we went to the Chatswood Golf Club and did an exercise class, they would all go and buy their coffee, sit outside, have a chat, catch up. And that's the one thing that's missing, that everyone's saying is missing with work and missing with this social isolation, is that we're missing the camaraderie. Yeah. So one of the things you can do on Zoom, and I really encourage it with all of my groups, is that we keep the Zoom meeting happening post the class. Yeah. If I have something to do, I assign a host, and then that person runs their own coffee chat. I mean, we don't need to shut a meeting off at 6 o'clock. We can keep that going and have coffee, wine, chats, catch up, because part of a gym is the culture. Part of a community is the culture. So it's really important to keep that going. So what's going to happen in the future is that some will want to come back to the gym because of the culture. Some will want to do virtual because they find that that's more easier for them. Some who don't live in Sydney or live in Willoughby want to keep me as their trainer, or want to come to my yoga girls because they've got a bond with them now. So yes, this is amazing, COVID. I thank you actually, because we've introduced virtual, and it's been fantastic. Last year, I had one lady who lived in Castle Craig and she moved to Collaroy. So she used to come into Thursdays by FaceTime. So she would dial in on Thursday and we would do our class here and she would be on my screen. And so we were actually trialing it last year. My internet's just slowing down, so I'll just be very slow with my talk. So the internet just slowed there, Victoria, just so you know. So we sort of got a feel for the virtual, but people are asking for it. So post-COVID, virtual, face-to-face, and when we're allowed, or when we're allowed face-to-face and when we're allowed hiking. So, when restrictions lift, we'll follow the guidelines.
Yeah, amazing. And I definitely love what you're saying about that. It's the idea of physically distancing, not socially distancing. So it's like that, yes, we can't be together physically, but to have those online coffees or wines or whatever. That's amazing. So just before we move on to sustainability, I just wanted to ask, so many businesses, and I speak to many every week, are really struggling. You have quite a beautiful, positive outlook and a mindset. what would you recommend to businesses that are really struggling in this time? Is there any kind of tips or?
Do you believe there are people doing jackhammering here? Right in the middle of your Facebook Live. So, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'll try and speak over it. Sorry, what can businesses...
Yeah, so for businesses that are really struggling at this time, I mean, you've got a wonderful positive outlook, and I think have adapted really beautifully. What are some of the tips that you can give for businesses who really are not feeling great at this time?
Yeah. Look, look, I feel for them. I walked through Chatswood Westfield yesterday, and first time in 5 weeks, and I could not believe the amount of stores that were closed. So, you know, one of the things I'm constantly doing and telling my team is please go and buy something from the local, you know, pop-up store. So all those lovely people that are putting out eggs and hand sanitizers and toilet papers outside the front of their store and veggies, buy something from them. So I think for us, we need to support as many small businesses as we can. And every day, my comment is go and spend some money outside your house. So go and put $5 for a cup of coffee. Sorry, I'm just getting my mixer so you can hear me. $5 for a cup of coffee every day. Go outside, buy a cake, buy a lunch, take a takeaway. Because every time we can put $5 or $10 in someone else's wallet, that'd be great. Every week, do a takeaway. You know, like, so we're trying to help small business. So I suppose for small business is keep encouraged, get your social media happening, because that's key, because people are on social media. Make sure they know how to find you. So don't give up on business. You are running a business that people want a service from. So still be the best that you can be and still be everything that your customer wants, because your customer is paramount and they will support you. I know it seems like, my God, how? But look at your business. What can I do to adapt? And as long as I can survive, then it doesn't matter that it might not be at 100%. 30% is good. As long, you know, I know it's really tough, and I don't want to even think about those who are struggling with paying rents and stuff like that. But I know the government's helping. I know the state government's helping. And it's about really taking the effort and the time to get the support from the government. Give the support to your customers because they will support you. And I've been blessed. I've been truly blessed that my customers have supported me. But I don't take them for granted, and I do everything I can to give them a quality service. And I think that's what we have to do. Give your clients a quality service, and they will help you through this.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing words of advice, definitely for all of us. So one of the things that I know customers or consumers are really looking for at this time is businesses that, you know, are operating with purpose, that have sustainability, that have got social impact and all that kind of stuff. And that brings me back to what we've been working together on, which is the Better Business the online assessment, which basically we did a baseline of sterling results and had a look at how amazingly sustainable you are and all the different practices you've got. What are some of those practices that you've got and that you are doing because you've got sustainability in mind? And then what are some that you want to kind of, you know, work on maybe post-COVID?
Yeah. Look, you know, I was really grateful that we did that little workshop together, and I do encourage people to take advantage of BBP and really have a look at your sustainability program, because I was quite surprised at how sustainable I was. I was shocked. Simply because the things I do and I take for granted, I didn't actually realize were making an impact. So, you know, simple little things. But for example, you know, I try not to, like, because I'm a small gym, I can have water, I can have it filtered, and I can have it in my fridge. So when people come here, I don't sell them a bottle of water. We top up their water with filtered water from the tap and top it up. You know, like, I can do that because I'm lucky, but why would I want to buy another plastic bottle and destroy the community? So I've tried to make sure that people, you know, do that. As much as that's simple, if I go to a normal gym, there's a whole fridge full of water there. So a bottled water that I'm paying for. So I'm going, no, we can have, you know, fresh water that I can filter. The other thing I do is, and again, you know, when I think about the way we spoke, sustainability, I've bought so much stuff off of Marketplace. You know, there's an awful lot of equipment here. There's actually not as much as normal because I've lent an awful lot out, but there's an awful lot of equipment here because when you're running a classes and all my girls and guys were getting stronger and stronger and stronger, I needed to continuously add additional weights. But I would just look at Marketplace and buy someone else's. Why buy new when there's an awful lot going out there? So to me, I think that's a bit of sustainability. It's a bit of reuse. It's not, you know, having to do it all again.
Yeah.
You know, I try to think of, you know, electricity and waste and areas like that. And probably there were things that you taught me that I could do a little better, especially with the electricity. So since being virtual, I can tell you a bit, this is you, Victoria, you've taught me this. Since being virtual, there's an awful lot of power coming out here because I've got a computer, I've got lights, I've got a screen, I've got a mixer. But as soon as I finish my class, I turn the whole power circuit off. So that's off at the power. And I just turn it on for those 45 minutes I need it rather than leaving it just running idle. So thank you for that little tip. So little things like that I'm trying to do that. And of course, because we're in Willoughby and because 90% of my clients, and I'd say 90% of my clients that come to the gym, that used to come to the gym are from Willoughby, we do encourage them to walk here, because it's not far, plus it's a bit of exercise. I've got a lovely lady, just lives around the corner in Artarmon, at 1.5 kilometres, she always walks down and she does the class and then she walks home. She's 72 years age and she just loves the fresh air, loves to get her 10,000 steps in and always walks to class. And we really encourage that with as many clients as possible.
That's amazing. And you've got a lovely giant hill right outside your place, so you can get your heart rate up then as well.
We do.
So Sonia, how much did it cost to work with BBP to do your online assessment and your sustainability? Did it cost you anything? No.
You didn't send me a bill, so no.
It's completely free. So yeah, anyone who would love to, that lives in the Willoughby or Ku-ring-gai or North Sydney area, please get in touch with your council and we would love to help you. And you'll get some tips and then also get to collaborate and partner and meet people and businesses like Sonia's, which would be, yeah, amazing.
Highly recommend it, Victoria, because you really opened my eyes up to realising that we can do things a bit better and that even though we don't think we're running a sustainable business, every little bit counts.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being on our Facebook Live. It was beautiful talking with you. And where can we find you if people want to get onto your Sterling Results online classes? Where can they find you?
Thank you, Victoria. Yes, the best place to do is pop over to the website, sterlingfitness.com.au, sterlingfitness.com.au. You can always search Sonia Wray and Sterling or Sonia Wray and Willoughby and I'll probably come up. We're based here very close to the Porsche Centre and the Willoughby Leisure Centre. So if you think of that area, we're very close to there, but you can't come and see me. So you're just coming online. So pop over to Sterling Fitness. And the best thing, Victoria, I've got these lovely little links. Plus I've written a how-to guide, how to go virtual, which means a little printout, 11 pages of step-by-step technology links of how to get you into a virtual class, but also phone me 0409 00 4408.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much, Sonia. And we look forward to seeing you in person once all this craziness is over.
Lovely. Look forward to it again. I always have a signature and then I'll let you sign off. But this has been Sonia Wray. Have a sterling day.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone. And we'll see you on the Better Business page or betterbp.org.au. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.